Okay, good evening, folks. Welcome back to the Omega Files. This week, we're here to talk about the third episode for this new series, which even Disney and all their wisdom, along with RTD, has decided to call season 1, which we all know it ain't. But whichever number you want to call it, we're talking about Boom, the episode that takes place on a landmine. A landmine. Okay. Let's go around the thing. I'm going to get your guys' opinions on it. Let's talk first to up at the top. We got William. William, what did you think of Boom?
Hey now, it's an improvement from the episode before that, especially that horrific ending. Well, it revealed that a company that makes weapons, wants war because they wants to make money. I was shocked. I was really shocked that there was no enemy. I thought maybe they were like maybe 5 of the enemy was just 5, and they were just standing still and let these knuckleheads kill each other off, and especially those machines you call medics, medical vehicles. That's what I thought it was until the revelation that there was no enemy. That was a little bit of a shock. You got to give Stephen Moffat props for coming back to write another Doctor Who after that. How many people was yelling at him for as a showrunner. So you gotta give him kudos for that. This is a funny one because this introduced a character played by an actress who will come next season as the new Doctor's companion. That was pretty funny. So it was pretty tense. We who watch Doctor Who, we know he's not gonna blow up and die. That's not gonna happen. But it was pretty cool how they were able to get it. But it was sad how many other side characters, got killed off. I was like, whoa. I said that's a ballsy move. You got to give him props for that. So that's not gonna be my opening statement, but from now, but that's pretty cool.
All right, there we go. Let's run over to Lady G, who's joining us tonight. Lady G, what did you think of the third episode, Boom? Oh, you got to unmute yourself. Bottom left corner. Mute yourself.
Yeah, well, I got to do 2 different things on here.
Bottom left corner.
I got it. Yeah, well, I got to do 2 different things on here.
Bottom left
corner. It was okay.
Yeah, I got to do 2 different things on here.
Bottom left
it was okay.
That's an
okay.
Two different things on here.
I keep getting an echo.
Bottom left
It
corner. Okay, I think I might know what it is.
I keep getting an echo.
Okay, I think I might know what it is. You're trapped in a loop. Hang on. Sorry, I had to mute you.
That's a story from Doctor Who.
We're having technical difficulties, which always happens to us. It has something to do with your mic settings. I'm not sure where that would be because it's StreamYard. I'm not sure if it's StreamYard doing it. All I know is
It's a paradox.
but when you figure it out, let me know. Let's go to AJ for now. AJ, what do you think of Boom?
Okay, I just want to say quickly first, hi, my little boy is watching. Hey, bud. I've got to say this is on par with previous really good Moffat stories, like I'd say almost as good as Blink, where the Doctor is a very minor part of the story, but it's more about the people around the Doctor and all that. The little girl who's looking for her dad in the war zone. The fact that there literally is no enemy except for the company that made the bombs and the weapons, literally just made up a war just so they could make money by selling all this stuff to the Anglican army stuff and just make up a whole thing of, profiteering, basically. I mean, there's a message there in the story of profiteering and war being bad and all that, and it's part of the story, which is good. Have your message, have your story, hand in hand, works well. I find it's funny that they have an actress who's going to be playing a future companion for the Doctor. It's been done many times before, and it will keep going happening like that, I reckon, with acting, casting, and all that. But the fact that he's literally standing on a mine with 1 foot on the off the ground for however long is phenomenal. I mean, he probably had a green screen cushion under his foot so he couldn't, balance properly and all that. But I've got to say, much better than the last 2 stories. And if Moffat's Christmas stories are anything to go by, it's going to be a bit of a belter this year too. So, yeah.
Okay, I just remembered. StreamYard does this every now and then. There's a few times when I was streaming with the other guys that I had to plug in a set of headphones because there's sometimes it'll mess up for some reason. It'll start feeding back on its own audio. And the only way I figured out how to do it is you're going to have to plug in a set of earbuds or headphones. All right. But while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and go into my review of it. Boom. Very interesting episode with some a couple of very interesting callbacks in it. Of course, we got Susan Twist running around as, the ambulance, and it's kind of weird. Her character keeps reoccurring through these, ever since I believe it was Church on Ruby Road as an event or something like that. Let me know if I'm wrong, but it's been a while. Actually, before that, she was in the Tenet ones too, wasn't she? So kind of a recurring character. And I died laughing because RTD, in all his wisdom, tried pulling one of his classic cop-outs, where he's so obviously lying, it's not even funny. Because here's what RTD had to say about Susan Twist appearing since that. Well, there's a shortage of actors currently available right now, and we just really like Susan. It's like, RTD, do you think we're freaking stupid? It's like, you're kidding me, right? It's like, oh. So it's obvious that, he's trying not to say anything about this character. Plus, Villain Guard. The fact that, these ambulance critters, the weapons and all that, and if you guys, turn the Wayback Machine back to 2005, I believe it was in Silence of the, no, not Silence. It was in Empty Child, Dr. Dances. We first hear about the plant, the Villain Guard plant, that, of course, the Doctor wipes out and becomes a banana grove. There's a banana grove now, there now. So it's kind of a callback on its own lore with that little bit of regard.
Before the mention of the Villain Guard company, I actually thought that these ambulance vehicles was leftover of the War Machines from the first Doctor story. That'd be interesting if that's what it is. It was a leftover from the War Machines, but it wasn't used. But then they're called Villain Guard being there, and all they do is make money off war.
Right here.
It'd be interesting if Villain Guard has been supplying weapons to all these other aliens of the species that the Doctor has run into and that are involved in wars, especially against Daleks and Cybermen and all that stuff. That'd be an interesting scenario there.
Yeah, it did kind of remind me of that. Yeah, those ambulance critters, plus the fact that as some of you brought up, it turns out, we find out at the end there was never even an alien or evil race on this planet that these guys are supposed to be at war with. It's just they showed up and they declared war on an empty planet. So the corp goes, or the whatever is running this corp goes, okay, now we can create this war out of nothing, literally. So these guys are down there. Their own troops are pretty much being decimated by their own ambulances. You have it. That's what's really freaked me out. The guy had lost his vision due to an injury, and you get that readout. It'll take 4 weeks of recovery. That is far too long. I'm like, what? Yeah, and then sure enough, boom. And they compress you into these little tubes, which if you looked carefully on a cup on the one, you can actually see the guy's eye on there. And then it gives off this little interactive AI hologram of that person. And I was like, oh my God, that is so creepy. If you're on a battlefield, suddenly there's dead people talking to you. It's like, okay, I'm going to go back to Lady G real quick and see if that solved the problem, because I suddenly remembered I'd had this problem before. StreamYard does this nifty little things where it'll start feedbacking, and I had to plug in a set of headphones just to be on StreamYard for a while. And I don't know how it fixed itself. I don't know if it did fix itself, but I haven't had it since. Okay, so let's give it a shot. Let's run over there to Lady G. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yep. It's fine now, yeah.
My cord's not very long, but
I have that same problem. Oh, you mean audio cord? Oh, yeah.
I'm talking cord, not something else. Pervert. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Now, we're not talking about 73 yards yet, okay?
That'll be next week.
Yeah, that will be next Friday. Yeah, this coming Friday.
Wiggle his tail, Lady G? Mike, what the hell are you talking about?
Who knows?
I'm not pretty sure I don't want to know.
Okay, someone said about the shortage. I would believe that if it was an Australian show with the shortage of actors and actresses in Australia.
Didn't you know we all are actors? Australia doesn't exist. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. Because the flat earthers have already proclaimed that if you claim to be from Australia, you're an actor. It's like, oh goodness gracious! It's the 21st century. We still have flat earthers. Oh well.
I'm still getting a little bit of feedback on these earbuds.
I don't hear nothing. Oh,
We're not hearing anything. So
nothing.
Well, on here I can hear it.
Well, go ahead and give your review of it.
Okay, so far I'm not exactly. I'm trying to. Oh, it's repeating itself. Okay, so far I'm not exactly excited about this series. I'm hoping it gets better. When it comes to Boom, I don't know, I kind of got bored with him just standing in one spot during the whole thing. I think they could have rewritten it and done it a little bit better, but that's my personal opinion. I don't know. To me, it didn't seem exciting to me. I kind of wanted to fall asleep during the episode, to be honest with you.
Okay. Poor Moffat. He's probably going, do they like me again yet? Okay. Oh. Or do they hate me again still?
They're always going to hate you. They always will.
Yeah, and it's like I said, there was that one aspect of it. We're not used to the Doctor standing in one place through an entire episode. So I can see what you mean, but to me, like I said, I agree with most of you. It was a major improvement over the first two episodes. It was, definitely showed a bit more promise, and like we're going to be seeing Moffat again, because he wrote the Christmas special for this year, Joy to the World. So we'll be seeing him again, and what he does with Christmas kind of scares me when I think of Moffat and Christmas. Who's going to get whacked by Santa Claus or something like that? But okay.
Well, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I still like Space Babies better.
Oh my God.
Cancel it now.
Yeah. How dare you? Evil. Ugh. So, okay. Interesting episode, like I said, in the fact that, it does eventually loop back around. And of course, we see Verada Sethu in this episode, who we know is going to be signing on later, as the upcoming companion. So I don't know if maybe that's just RT's way of slipping her in, like the way they did with Clara back in, oh, heck, it's going to hit me in a half an hour. The Dalek episode.
Oh, you mean the one? With,
The Asylum of the Daleks.
yeah.
That one, yeah.
Wasn't she in
So-
before that, The Snowman, I think it was, where she played Victorian Clara?
Yep. So, well, she first appeared in the as that Dalek in the Asylum. Then she popped up again in the Snowman one, and then heck, I'm gonna get a
My
brain
bad.
fry.
My bad. I got the order wrong.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna get myself a brain fry. But okay, so now that we've gone over through that, let's go ahead and we'll rate this sucker and we'll put it to bed. Starting at the top again, let's go with William. William, out of 10, how do you rate Boom?
Well, I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. Considering you could tell it was only in a contained area where the doctor was standing on, and and of course they filmed the little girl and this thing or that somewhere else, but you could tell it was all in one spot. So and so you got to give the credit for writing something like that in that contained spot. Of course, the cuckoo freaking ambulance showing up was real weird. I still like to see another episode. I don't think this season, but another episode where the doctor appeared and a war taking place, and that company's weapons is there again, including the ambulances. So that'd be an interesting concept. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, AJ.
For me, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. What put me off on this episode was they filmed it on a green screen stage set.
Yeah.
I could clearly see the outline around the actors in certain points where you could see it like almost a green fine line. I was like, oh, that put me off. That like the episode itself was great, but I could clearly see it was a green screen, and it wasn't up to the quality of, say, like the Avengers movie where the Endgame and all that, where they had the green screen set up as well. But this was not bad, but that threw me off.
Yeah, Avengers movie costed more than $100 million to make, so think about that.
Yeah. And Lady G, out of 10, how do you rate Boom?
Honestly, I'm giving it a 5 because to me it wasn't enough excitement in it. Not
Okay.
enough movement, not enough excitement in it for me. So it's a 5.
I'm going to give it an 8. Like I said, it was pretty entertaining. I did like the twist at the end. And, of course, Moffat with his teary-eyed bits always get me, with the poor little girl going, wait, that's my daddy. No, it's a hologram of your dad. But and that he always gets me with those little bits. Plus, I love the fact that it turns out, that this big ironic twist at the end. There was no bad guy. So that kind of thing he catches me with. Okay, folks, so no green screen. It was the Disney TV wall. Someone did.
That's a good one.
But they in Bad Wolf, they have the pretty much same setup that they used for. They have an entirely green screen stage setup, just like they used for the making of Avengers. So they've been doing this a lot lately.
Now, here's the question: how did the ratings do for this story?
Okay, now I know the first couple episodes came in around like 4 and 3 million and all that, or 3.9 something. Like that. This one I'd have to go double check. But all right, there's been a lot of freaking out about that, and of course, the usual suspects are out there jumping up and down, screaming, "It's gonna die! It's a bomb!" And the thing is, they're not taking into account. They're look at how well those specials did with Tenet. And it's like, especially there's a few of these guys who look like, the reason why their hair is all greased up because they just got fired out of their mom's birth canal 5 minutes ago. They don't seem to get the fact that what we're dealing with here is we're in totally new territory because the episodes are being released on Disney Plus before they're being aired on BBC One later. And then, of course, the BBC iPlayer ratings also add in. But, okay, 2 million on the overnights. That'll probably go up to 4, just like with the other episodes. Plus, we got to find out what the Disney viewing numbers were. But here's the thing. Here's the part they never mention to you on those channels. Across all these countries, and especially like the U.S. and all that, Doctor Who's in the top 10 viewing on Disney Plus. and it is now across a lot of different countries. So it's not just, they're taking into account solely on the BBC overnights. And it's like, you can't do that anymore because the show's gone international. It's gone to Disney Plus. It's gone worldwide. Yet all they focus on is the lowest number because, that's the only thing they got to sort of back their play. I really died laughing when one of the usual suspects, I think it was Donardi, was throwing a fit because they were getting like 100% fresh rating or something on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm like, that's the one site he always cites as his proof that everything's gone to disaster. Yet now that it's saying it likes Ncuti Gatwa and its doctor, it's wrong. And I'm like, wow, the hypocrisy just stunned my brain into a time loop. Because, for one, here's the thing. I never take into account what Rotten Tomatoes says as being accurate on any damn thing. They've already admitted several, and I can't figure out why Hollywood and all that are still using this as the big litmus test for everything. When they've come out and they've admitted that they've had huge votes in their systems that were botted. Not to mention the fact that if you go back, there was a little bit of a online scandal a little while ago where they found out that a lot of the reviews, such and such from the such and such time, said this is great. And it turns out such and such was some anonymous computer writer, and there was no such and such times. And they paid him so much a word to write a review and make it sound like it came from a big time source.
Wasn't it a scandal that they took money to, give good reviews? I heard about that too.
Okay, I'm going to make Philip cry. It ain't your show anymore. Sorry, that's the way it is. Doctor Who now belongs to the world. It was born in the UK, but now it's gone worldwide officially. Even though it's gone worldwide years ago, technically. But now what's important is how much money Disney's going to make off it. And, of course, you're not going to get as high a ratings on the BBC overnights now that it's gone worldwide because it's airing there first. So a lot of people in the UK are probably watching it on Disney Plus. And the Disney Plus numbers, I believe, do not count into the BBC overnights. The only thing that counts on the BBC overnights and the consolidateds are the BBC One and overnight rating and the BBC iPlayer. It doesn't count the Disney Plus views. So, Philip, come a little closer to your screen. I'm going to give you a little something. Neener, 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 neener. All right. Very good. They're watching it via VPN on Disney Plus. All right. Yep. Fake reviews on movie posters. Thank you, Ashley Martin. That was another thing that Shitting Potatoes got caught at. So that's why I do not see why there's still this big thing. Oh, well, folks, we're going to get going here. We'll text you all later. Please enjoy the rest of your weekends. For us, I got a 3-day weekend. And it's Lady J's birthday tomorrow. So take care, everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side. We'll see you all next Friday when we get together to talk about 73 yards.
Be seeing you.
See you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Nope. Freedom just jumped out, did he?
Yeah, remember he's closing this up. Then he's gonna open up.
It's still live. We're still live right now.
He's recording still. Tell him it's still
Thank
recording.
you, Mike.
I hit the wrong button. So
Thanks
you
for
folks get a
dumbass.
bonus. Now, if you sit back and wait, I'll moon the screen for you. No, I wouldn't subject you to that torture. I hit the leave room button by accident. All right, take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. We'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah.